What's up, everybody? Derek Anderson, the DA. All right, everybody, check it out, man. Look, I don't care how you feel about this movie personally. You can't call this anything but a stone cold success. Minecraft absolutely got the job done with the box office weekend that it just had. Look at this. Minecraft strikes gold with record $157 million on the U.S. launch, $301 million globally. That is absolutely insane, and that's exactly what the doctor ordered when it came to these movie theaters. Because look, I was talking about it on the last video that I did. Movie theaters were absolute ghost towns. Nobody was showing up to the movies at all right? You walk into a theater, it is just absolutely empty. And a lot of these movie theaters, they needed a big mainstream movie just to take off. All kinds of people coming to the theater, butts in seats, folks buying popcorn and soda and candy and everything else up under the sun. And they got it. They got it with Minecraft. All right. Who knew? Nobody knew. Nobody saw this coming. You know, we were sitting back and thinking about, okay, maybe Captain America Brave New World would be that movie. Nope, it wasn't. All right. Maybe Snow White would be that movie. Nope, it wasn't. Here comes Minecraft. Not a Disney movie. Not Disney at all. Warner Brothers kid-friendly movie. Think about this for a minute. All right. Warner Brothers, they did what the unthinkable. You know, and that's kind of what I said in this tweet right here. Warner Brothers is doing something unthinkable in Hollywood, listening to their audience and making money. What a concept, right? What a concept. We're actually just going to listen to the fans.
Listen to the fans.
And make something that the fans want to watch. Not something that, you know, we want to sell to the blue-hair, woke, feminist, 50-year-old cat lady activists. No, we're not interested in those folks. We're going to make a Minecraft movie for Minecraft fans. What a concept. Imagine if Disney did that with Captain America and with Snow White. Made it for the target audience. Focused on the target audience. Listen to the fans and you can't go wrong. I say this all the time. And Warner Brothers, somebody out there in Hollywood is listening. And they got the job done. And so, yeah, they come back with $301 million globally. That is an absolute success. And you can't deny it. Look, we call balls and strikes, folks. All right, we call balls and strikes. This is a success. You know, we were talking about this on the DA's office. Oh, this movie is absolutely getting a sequel. 1,000% getting a sequel. I don't know what's going to be in the sequel, but it's getting one. When you make $301 million in your opening weekend all over the world, yeah, we getting a sequel to this, you know. But the question became, hey, what is it that Warner Brothers did that Disney and all these other companies can't do? Well, they went and they targeted the audience that was coming to see the movie. And these cats showed up in droves, and they showed up in ways that people probably didn't expect. Yeah, this was crazy right here. Steph from My Nerdy Home had posted up, a Minecraft movie has become a TikTok trend. So disruptive, police are being called to theaters. Will this have an effect on the movie's performance or entice more kids to go and be more disruptive? Oh, I think absolutely. They're going to try to test the limits, okay? They're going to try to test the limits. They're going to go and be more disruptive. But yeah, a lot of police were called out to a lot of these theaters. Looks like Ferrum Cinema issued a warning over a disruptive TikTok trend, basically Minecraft, and saying, hey, man, don't come up into this theater acting a fool. We will call the cops. But yeah, you can see by like some of these videos.
Okay, snitch.
Yep, and there go the police right there. And there go the police right there saying, all right, that's enough. That's enough of that. Yep, all right, let's go. Let's get these yokel heads out of here. All right. We ain't dealing with this no more. So, yeah, the police got called in this particular theater. And you can see, yeah, these kids are filing their way on out of here. All right. You know, the cops just basically said, yep, you got to go. You ain't got to go home, but you got to get the hell out of here. That's what these cops had said, you know, which is crazy to me, man. And then you go to this next one.
The rest of the cop on Minecraft.
I'm not gonna lie, man. If I was like 14, 15 years old, I would have been right in there with him. If I was 14 or 15 years old and this was my shit, man, I probably would have been right in there with him, man. Nah. I would have been doing all of that. Because look, it's a movie for this particular type of a situation where you meme it, you know, what I've heard, I haven't seen the movie, but what I've heard is that there's no real plot. All right. It's just memes and jokes about Minecraft, and everybody's showing up to just have a good time, sit in the theaters, you know, and just have a good time. And I actually feel like, you know what? In order for these theaters to survive, maybe they need to come up with a way to like, hey, all right, guys, we're going to allow you to do whatever it is you want to do in this movie theater. That's cool. Don't act a fool. Don't break the furniture. Don't hurt anybody. But if you want to throw popcorn all over the place, you want to throw some expensive, you know, $8 bucket of popcorn around, $10 bucket of popcorn around, be our guest, all right? We'll sweep it up and throw it in the trash and we'll make that bread. I feel like there's going to be a point in time where some of these memeable movies, some for the younger audiences, hey, let's just have one showing. Anything goes. Do whatever you want to do. You know, we'll clean up after you, you little pigs, you know, but at the end of the day, you know, everybody's in there having a good time. This is safe fun. Look, this is safe. This is innocent, in my opinion. Yeah, if I was a actual moviegoer and I was just coming to watch this movie, I would probably be frustrated. But I understand. Kids are going to be kids. I ain't really got an issue with it, you know. But yeah, apparently, you know, some folks kind of got pissed off. Something's got to give. Something's got to give. Yo, man, that dude was pissed. He said, wait a minute. You hit me with a popcorn bucket? Oh, it's time to go. We calling the cops. Yo, man, that is wild, man. That is absolutely wild. But look, that's where this thing is at right now. Minecraft is taking over all of these theaters. I was looking at this a little bit earlier. Top 10 Minecraft theater moments. Let's check these out. Yo, can you imagine going to a theater and trying to sit down and watch a movie and all of these shenanigans are going on? All right. All of these shenanigans are going on. Look, again, there's apparently no real plot to it. So yeah, let the kids do what it is that they do. This is made for them. This is exactly what the folks that made Minecraft wanted to see. They wanted to see the shenanigans. They wanted to see the hijinks. They knew the TikTok crowd was going to come all the way out. They were going to show up, show out, and go absolutely bananas. And that's what they got. I'm honestly, I'm not very mad at it. I know that there are some theater purists that are kind of like, man, you know, we don't go to the movies for this. You know, we want to sit down and watch, you know, a show. We want to watch a movie. You know, we want to see the story, you know. But like when it comes to Minecraft, it's like, what did they make this movie for? There's no high art in a Minecraft movie. It is literally this. This is the only thing you can really do with that property, in my opinion. You know, but again, I don't really know the property like that. So some of you guys are going to attack me in the chat, and I understand that. But at the end of the day, this is what they decided to do, and you can't get mad at them for the results, all right? The results are exactly what they expected.
I say chicken, you say jockey. Chicken! 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 Yeah!
Whoa, some kind of pink?
Wow. Holy crap. I'm telling you right now, man, I'm not going to watch no more of this. I'm telling you right now, I would be pissed if there was popcorn flying all over me as I was trying to watch a movie, okay? I would be hot and bothered about that one, man. Look, it's not doing well on Rotten Tomatoes from the tomato meter and the critics. But, you know, mostly everybody seems to be enjoying this thing, you know, from a kid's perspective. 87% on the verified audience, 86% on the all audience. So, yeah, that's not so bad. Let's read some of these real quick. Critics need to get a life for real, chicken jockey. Good movie to watch with your family, has good comedy, and must see if you are a Minecraft fan. So, yeah, some people do like this, all right? Anyone who rates this low doesn't understand this movie was never supposed to take itself seriously. It's about a game where you make things with blocks. It's not supposed to be deep or have some revolutionary storyline. It's a silly, fun, and funny movie. It had all the references players wanted. It has a cast that did great at being campy, and the world creation is actually cool. In a world of endless live to CGI or CGI to live remakes, it's a refreshing blessing to have something all its own. Yeah, you know what? I agree. You know, this is supposed to just be hang out, have a good time, dumb fun, turn your brain off, leave it at the door. You know, I don't know about throwing popcorn all over anybody. Like I said, I probably would have been doing that if I was 14 years old too. You know, as a little bit older, I'm like, hey, man, knock that shit off. You know, we trying to watch the movie. But at the end of the day, this movie is doing the work, all right? When you're talking about making $301 million globally, hey, look, you just got to call a spade a spade. This thing nailed it, all right? It got the job done, and it got butts in seats, and that's exactly what the theaters wanted. Regardless of all of these cats calling the cops on these kids in the movie theaters, hey, theaters, understand, they brought money to the business, all right? They did the job. And so you just got to give them credit for that. I would stop calling the cops on them unless there's some fighting or something like that, some dangerous going on, and everybody understands it. Look, you might like issue that warning. Hey, it might be some crazy shenanigans going on. If you decide to go and see Minecraft, you watching it at your own risk, okay? But I wouldn't turn these kids away. The question I got now is, what is that second weekend drop going to look like? That second weekend drop, that's going to be very, very important. Because if this thing can get, you know, half of what that, you know, 301. So if it get to 450 by next weekend, you know, with the weekend drop, a 50% drop, if it could get to 150 on the second weekend drop, so it only drops about 50%, I think we're easily looking at $1 billion movie. No lie. I think it's going to be easy for this movie to hit $1 billion. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think about this. Look, man, you got to call it like it is. I know some folks in the community don't like it, but Minecraft got the job done. It got the job done. It did what it intended to do. And the theaters are probably rejoicing. Thank God. All right. You know, we looked at it on the DA's office. It was dry. There was nothing going on. Nothing at all. Even with Snow White, it was bare bones in the theaters for the last month and a half. Thank God. All right. They finally got something they can sink their teeth into, make a little bit of money, keep some people employed. That's what you want, all right? That's what you want. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think about this. Jump down in the comments. Give me your thoughts and opinions on that. And thanks for watching. See you next time.